we had a rehearsal spot right in the middle center of Stockholm in the beginning, and I think we only used that one single time or something like that, because there's always so many things around, cinemas and friends and bars and all that. So we're best when we're isolated, I'd say. But since this studio is pretty far out, you really have to get up early in the morning to get here, because it's like 45 minutes right here on the train, and sometimes, or at least I miss the first train, so I have to wait for the second.
And it just looks beautiful, dude. Check this out. That's my new little baby. It's gonna make the studio run like a Ferrari. The Ferrari I had to sell to buy this one.
It was a second-hand shop when we came here. So the lady that had it before us, she had a second-hand store here, and she really liked us, but she had some other guys that wanted this studio as well, but she really liked us, so she was pushing for us to have this.
Yeah, she said that the other guys didn't have good karma. Yeah.
Feels really like the old days in some way, this place, because it's far outside from the city, so we're completely isolated here, and we felt really isolated in the early days in Borlänge as well, and so this feels like a youth club or something like that, but only for us. Now with the new album and the new studio we got, it feels almost like a factory or something, and we it feels more like a daily job than it's ever done before. Next album is gonna be even more like a concept album than the previous. I think it's gonna be like a great Quentin Tarantino motion picture. That's what it's gonna feel like. Listen to the album. If I hear one of the songs from the ones we recorded now, it really feels like seeing a movie or something.
The next album what we're gonna do, what we're really looking forward to, is that we're gonna release it in the winter time. And when you release something in January, February, you gotta get the right mood. You know, you can't fuck up that thing. You gotta get the right mood. So now it's our first winter album. It's gonna be really something, just to give the snow, add some soundtrack to that kind of vibe you get when you're walking in the woods and it's just covered with white.
Here's the schedule. End of August, new mixes of some new songs. End of September, artwork pretty much done. New website pretty much done. In October we'll go to LA, record some more music hopefully.
I would say I drink between 8 and 12 cups a day. These are...
I drink about 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah. What are you? You're
3 maybe. 3.
Okay, Samuel.
3 or 4.
You can stretch up to 5 on a hard day.
On a day like this when I'm a little bit hungover.
I'm going to a different hotel. Okay. Over there. Okay.
There's something about the sun in California. It's much brighter than anywhere else. You know, we've been around quite a lot, and still the brightest place on earth is California. And that sunshine creates some kind of vibe that you don't get anywhere else in the world, I guess.
The reason from the beginning why going to America was to get some work done. because we didn't really believe that we were going to be able to record an album ourselves.
We've been recording for quite a while in Sweden, and we felt that it was a good thing to get away, do something else, you know, change of environment.
Right now, we've been doing so much good work in Sweden, so we got like 17 songs. So what we're doing now in LA is making it more experimental, you know. The album so far has been too good to me, you know. I need at least 2 or 3 things that are not singles and that are not with a big chorus and a solo the way you think it's gonna be a solo, and we need to fuck it up a little bit.
6 months in Sweden, we all know how the vibe is in Sweden. It's very inspiring, but it's good to go somewhere. This is like a reward. You go somewhere nice and comfortable and warm and sweet and all that, and you go here to California, and that's just a change of that made us do some of the best tracks for the album.
If you're not from Sweden, if you're not from the north, you don't really understand that, you know, the whole thing from October until March, April, it's basically dark, you know, almost all the time. If you go in the middle of that period to a country where there's sunshine, it's like an emotional explosion. It just opens your heart and you're like, wow. The personality of this album is, from start to finish, it's a do-it-yourself product, as our first album, and that's what's special about it.
Like, it's a good feeling, you know, to know that you've done it yourself, you know, that the things you deliver and the music you make, it's you from the start to the end, you know.
Först är det ingenting, sen kommer slagen, sen kommer fyllen.
We did our first album by ourselves. This 5th album is kind of back to where we started in a way, you know. It really feels like being in Borlänge, where we started.
Mando Diao is a new chapter. Every time we make an album, or every time we make a show, it's like we want to change stuff. So we like changes. We're a changing band, processing band.
Every basic instinct that we have, we try to make it up the opposite of it.
They're not belonging to any certain movement. They're not an emo band. They're not a heavy metal band. They have elements of different styles, and they have their own, like, almost naive belief in the music from the 60s. But also, as I said, influences from, like, maybe a little bit more underground areas of many different countries.
There's a lot of Latino influences to Mando Diao for some strange reasons. I mean, we're northern kids from a country that has no light and only snow.
I mean, how do they tune them? Like a guitar?
Yeah, I don't know. Ask him.
I consider Los Angeles, California, a kind of a Latino-inspired place on Earth. So, and I think it fits the songs really good to actually be in that kind of environment doing music.